That was Grammy-winning singer-songwriter Paula Cole performing her 1996 hit song, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? A catchy single that gave an ironic poke to the cliches of traditional gender roles. But some audiences in the U.S. missed that entirely, labeling her song as anti-feminist. It's not the first time her music has been misunderstood, but that hasn't stopped Cole from carving out her own path. With her new album, Revolution, she makes a call for activism. We'll talk about that in a moment, but first, here she is in our studios performing I Don't Want to Wait.
So open up your morning light and say a little prayer for right. You know that if we are to stay alive and see the peace in every eye. Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. She had 2 babies. One was 6 months, one was 3. In the war of 44, every telephone rang, every heartbeat sting when she thought was God calling her. Oh, and her son grew to know his father. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. I want to know right now, what will it be? I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Will it be yes or will it be sorry?
Paula Cole, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, such a pleasure and an honor. Thank you.
Well, we just heard you sing I Don't Want to Wait. I want to talk to you a little bit about that song.
Of course.
First of all, I think a lot of people have a certain connotation, Dawson's Creek.
Sure.
But there's obviously so much more context. Tell us a little bit about that song.
It's true. People know it for the show. I had no idea it would be that huge, and sometimes it has usurped me for sure. But the song was a hit, well before that. And the song was written for my grandfather and my grandmother both. They lived in Rockport, Massachusetts, where I'm from, and they were a big part of my life. They lived right down the street. And I wrote that song when I felt my grandfather was going to leave the planet. It was the end of his life, and I felt compelled to write something for him, and it came like a lightning bolt. So that's what the chorus, I don't want to wait for my life to be over, that sense of mortality and urgency and wanting to do good in a lifetime, and looking at my father and my father's father and my grandmother, all of them are in that song.
So, Revolution, this is your new album. You've talked about the fact that this is an inner revolution.
Yes.
What is that?
At the heart of it lies a song called Silent.
To the shyest one of all of us, the tenderest lonely heart, I watched in horror, helpless, silent, the moment past me gone.
That really represents the fact that it is an inner revolution that's personal to me, and that's me finally coming out with my Me Too movement song.
And we should explain to people, you do talk about the circumstance that you had on a tour, and what was that?
I was on the Peter Gabriel tour when I was 25. It was a worldwide tour. It was 5-star everything, and flying first class and beautiful hotels, and it was incredible. I was with my idol. I love his music, and he's still a role model for me. I love him, but someone in his team was abusive to me. He pushed his way into my hotel room, and there I was. I was one of 4 women amongst a team of 60 men. I never saw the other women, and I was younger than everybody else. And welcome to the music business. I mean, that had been frequently the way I just had become acclimated when I was at Berklee College of Music, for instance. I think it was about 13-to-1 men-to-women ratio. Welcome to the music business.
Well, how does it feel now that you have talked about this, you have put it in song, and now it's out there too?
I'm not asked about that so directly, and I admit, I'm a little nervous talking about it right now even. I'm 51, and I'm still experiencing difficulty and reticence around it. But I refuse to let him, take my joy. No, no, no. My joy has never left. I was strong, and I continued on, and I made my world, I made my life. So I just believe that we Gen Xers, we baby boomers, we do need to speak up. We do need to cross generational lines.
Well, you cited this quote from Picasso that I had not read, actually, that artists are the politicians of the future. Are you running for office, Paula Cole?
Maybe. I don't know yet.
But in what way? How do you see that power, that platform?
I think about some of my heroes in music, from Billie Holiday with Strange Fruit, and Nina Simone, Mississippi Goddamn, and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young with Ohio, and Peter Gabriel with Biko, and Bob Dylan, and Bob Marley, and Marvin Gaye, and I could go on and on. Paul Robeson, right? These artists, they talk and sing more than just songs of love or navel-gazing. They're making social, political, and spiritual content. I felt the need to make an album that was social, political in content at this time.
I heard some songs just gush out of you, and some have been sitting there for 20 years?
Yes, or 25 years.
25 years?
Yes.
And how do you know that it's time for them to come out?
They bother my subconscious, I think. These songs that have been gestating for a really long time in the back of my brain, and I knew that they had potential. I mean, I knew that my big hit, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone, which now everybody knows the song. They know the song more than they know me. They do.
Where is my parasol? Where is my happy ending? Where have all the cowboys gone?
I believed in that song when it was buried in a demo with a totally different rhythmic feel. It had like a rumba feel. Dum ba dum bum 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 ba bum bum, right? Where is my John Wayne? Ba dum bum. And it was in this demo form that nobody liked and nobody cared about. And I thought to myself, that's an interesting song. It's clever. It talks about gender roles in a kind of sly, wry, comedic, ironic way. But nobody's reacting to it. So let me put my producer brain on. This is years later. Pull it out of the closet. Put it like a Ringo Starr beat on it. And then I put on my catchy background vocals. And I added a bridge. And then everybody went really electric for it.
How did you deal with the criticism that came your way with Cowboys and people who didn't see the irony that you were just talking about, and you were held up for as an anti-feminist for wondering where the Cowboys have gone without people really paying attention to what you meant there?
I know, more irony, right? And it was shocking in the States how fundamentalist the understanding was, even to the point where Rush Limbaugh would play it, before his program and say, I love this song. And people likened me to the Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man. Spin magazine called me the Nancy Reagan of Lilith Fair, and on and on and on, right? So I wasn't understood. I felt misunderstood, and it was shocking. I mean, I did think about leaving the music business because I was so distressed by the big star maker machinery and the push to always be kind of sexualized in photo shoots, or just the misunderstanding of my message. I remember being at the Grammys and just feeling empty. I missed my friends, I missed my family, and I was estranged. And my life it started to feel like it wasn't my own life. And when I wanted to leave, I met with Emmylou Harris on it's like a Nashville-style singer-songwriter in the round. And I was so sad. I played like a midlife crisis song called El Greco. And she came to me later in her grandmotherly wisdom, and she said, Paula, you can't quit. You can't quit. It just happened too fast. I'm lucky, she said. I've just had this nice plateau. And that's like the classic story of the tortoise and the hare, isn't it? And I've been the hare with my 19 nervous breakdowns and my in and outs of the music business and my cautionary tales. But I'm still here now. I'm taking the course of the tortoise now.
So you'll play us out with your song Blues and Gray off the new album. Tell me a little bit about that song.
Blues and Gray is for my great-grandmother. Her name was Charlotte, and I feel her spirits with me, guiding me in some intangible way. She was a brilliant pianist. She was one of the first women to attend Yale University, long before they began admitting women in the regular college in 1969. They admitted women in their music school, and she was one of those first women, but she became engaged to a man, and Victorian times, they felt it was shameful. She was expected to stay at home and have children. So she left Yale University. She left her professional dreams, her spiritual dreams, her musical dreams. And I think about her, and I think of what Carl Jung says, that we are primarily guided by the unfinished hopes and dreams of our parents. But I sing for my grandmothers and my great-grandmothers. All of them are here with me. They didn't have a voice.
All right, well, Paula Cole, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Charlotte, she lingered and lived in the shadows, helping mother in the kitchen for hours and hours, avoiding the charmers, Svengalis and lords. I sing for the shy girl over minor chords. Blues and Gray. In a dream she ascended outside of her body. She looked down below her to the wide fields of cotton, and she realized her dream was long forgotten. Oh. She peers out a mouse hole to an alternate world, to her great-great-granddaughters behind her, and she